Alright, so this is the beginning for me and Elizabeth's travels to the 2019 Bar Z Summer Bash. I'm pretty excited. What about you? yeah, really excited. Fixing to get on a plane. The plane's kind of hidden by the loading gate there. There's one. Soon be heading from Lexington, Kentucky to Rancho Cucamonga, California. So, long travel, but we're on our way. So here's the Marriott Inn, the hotel me and Elizabeth stayed in. Telling him we haven't made our bed yet. And we got Elizabeth doing her makeup and me filming. We're getting ready to go to the bash Saturday morning. We showed up Friday and spent, I don't know, how long did we spend there?
It's probably about almost 3.
A day early to help get everything set up, so it was good. But here's our surroundings, our hotel, my wife, and that's it. Ready for the event. Alright, so we're a little early for the event. I'm standing outside of Stan's house, which is the blue house there, just admiring the backdrop. Look at the scenery that he has behind his house. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Alright, so this is early Saturday morning, and we're just now getting in there and getting settled. People are, starting to fill up. The event is starting to get pretty populated, and at its highest point, it was pretty packed down there. We had a great time. Got to talk to just a ton of people, creators and viewers of the channel. There's my buddy Danny in the red shirt. He made me and Elizabeth some custom name tags that we wore all day. Here's one of my first superstar sightings, and that is Mr. Keith Finner from Turn Right Machine Works. Man, he's a super nice guy, and this was early in the event. Later on he was mobbed, but I did get to talk to him some. Alright, so here's a quick Starfield walkthrough. A lot of these people I hadn't met before, so I was happy to get to meet them and shake their hands for the first time. So there's Stan Zankowski. He's the one put on the event. Done a great job. There's Joe Pazinski, Dale Derry, Jim Bollinger, James Kilroy just in front of us there. You name it. There was a lot of creators there, both big and small channels. Some people with no channels at all that just wanted to show up and meet some of the people that they watch on YouTube. So Emma Ritson, Bruce Whittam, man, they traveled such a huge distance in order to attend the event. That was amazing. Justin from The Good of the Land. I didn't get to meet Tom Lipton. He didn't make it. Wish that I would have. I wish Adam would have got to make it. Randy Richards was there. Mr. Pete 222. I mean, you get it. There was a ton of people there. It was a great event.
Are you in it? Turn it around. Hey.
It doesn't matter either one, yeah.
I'm John Oakley. I really enjoy your video.
Thank you.
Yeah. Chris, well, enjoy your from the video.
Thank you.
So great to see you guys here.
Yeah, this is our first time. First time out. Alright, so here's Mr. Pete, the gentleman in the yellow shirt, Mr. Pete 222, your YouTube shop teacher, legendary YouTube machinist, explaining how he kind of got into YouTube and making videos. Thought this was pretty interesting.
And then I told my brother, I said, no, I got a lot of ideas. I think that I have enough ideas to make possibly 10 videos. Well, maybe 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Then I'll be out of ideas, you know. A closed shop, but you know, it's kind of snowballed. And I never seem to run out of ideas. Each video seems to stimulate me, and I think other creators feel the same way. But,
what do you prefer to be called, Mr. Pete or Tubal Cain?
I think I like Mr. Pete better. That is what the kids called me at school. And I didn't object to it. What scared me, matter of fact, I rather became fond of it.
Good.
As long as they used the Mr. Someone would try to just say Pete. But my worst, I wanted them to have a handle that they liked to refer to me as, because I showed hundreds and hundreds of times of what we call the ABC of Hand Tool by Walt Disney. Did anybody ever see that? And the little character in that, and that was made in the 40s, the little character was Primitive Pete. And I didn't want them to start calling me Primitive Pete. So Mr. Pete was the preferred.
Alright, so there was just a ton of, door prizes, raffle prizes, stuff that was auctioned off. And if you left this event with nothing, you didn't try very hard, because there was so much stuff there. I don't see how you couldn't have won something.
Full time now, and it's such a pleasure to see so many people come in each time. Thanks.
Now, if you guys know what Bruce's improvements are, they're adding stickers in every cabinet, inside, outside, and underneath. All right, guys, congratulations.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, guys, let's hear it for Keith.
Hello, love.
Keith, this is your money right here, Keith.
Warm today.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for the
You having fun yet?
No.
At least you got Bruce's hat on. Alright, so we had a great time at the bash. I didn't get near as much footage as what I would have liked to have got, but it was so busy. It was so busy there that you would take 3 steps and stop and talk to the attendees of the bash, and every few steps you do the same thing again. So not a lot of video, but it was great to meet some of the viewers and other creators that was there. It was the first time for me meeting a lot of the guys. Randy Richards, Mr. Pete, in person, first time. Stan, you name it. Most of those guys. So it was a great experience for me. I really appreciate also all the support that we got in order to get out there. It was a long trip for us. The flights, I had a patron just go way out of their way to help us get the flights and stuff down there. And I'd just like to say a huge thank you. It was a very rememable event, that's for sure. I'll never forget it. And
I liked it a lot.
yeah, I believe we both had a good time. One of the highlights of the event was the flight back, or the adventure on our way back. Now it started off in Ontario, California, at the airport, getting ready to head back. We were sitting there in the waiting area of the airport, getting ready to board our plane. We showed up, of course, almost 2 hours early, probably.
Yeah.
And just so happened, Mr. Pete is walking down through the waiting area, and we flagged him down and got to sit in the waiting area while we were waiting on our flight with Mr. Pete, and got some good one-on-one time, with him. It was the same for him at the event. He was busy talking to everybody, so you couldn't just pull one person off to the side and talk to him, because so many people had so much to say. Everybody wanted their time, which is very understandable. But we were lucky enough to meet him in the airport. And then Keith Finner, while we're sitting there talking to Mr. Pete, Keith Finner also walks by. So we wave him down and get to sit with him. We probably sit with Mr. Pete for over an hour, and then Keith, how long would you say we talked to him?
30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, so a good amount of time. So that was one of the highlights of the event, really, was the waiting for the flight back. And then our troubles started. So Mr. Pete and Keith Finner, they got on their plane and took off, and our plane gets delayed due to weather in Dallas.
Yeah.
And we sat there for an extra couple hours waiting on our flight out of there. Finally, we get on a plane in Ontario, California, and head towards Dallas. And between Dallas and Ontario, it's Lubbock, Texas. You fly over Lubbock in order to get to Dallas. Pilot comes on the intercom, says, due to weather in Dallas, they're still having issues. We're going to land in Lubbock and refuel, and hopefully in 30 to 45 minutes we'll take back off and land in Dallas. Well, we got on the ground in Lubbock and waited 45 minutes sitting in the plane, and the pilot comes on the intercom and says, well, looks like you're staying the night in Lubbock. So my heart just sank. We wanted to get home. We were tired of traveling. So we went in the airport. We had to go through security all again. We slept on.
You slept.
Yeah, I tried to sleep on a cold concrete floor, because there was no accommodations anywhere near there that we could get to. And we finally got a plane. It was too much to go into completely. It was such a nightmare and was so unorganized. No one would tell us anything. We were basically stranded in Lubbock, Texas for 13 hours?
Yeah.
It's a long time to sit in a little, nothing airport, wondering if you're going to get a flight back home. But anyway, finally did, and after that it was smooth sailing. Went through Dallas Airport, which is a monster airport.
Yeah.
And my first time ever going through there, and that was something. So that's it. It was a major undertaking, the trip back, but definitely a rememberable event, and we had a good time. So I'd just like to say again, thanks to all the people who made it possible. We both appreciate it to the fullest extent, and that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and make sure if you even have the slightest want to go to the Barzy Bash, in 2020, make sure you do, because it's worth it. It was a really good time, and it seemed like everybody had a good time there. So that's it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the support too. I really appreciate it. So, that's it. So we'll see you next time.